We're live today from the truck instead of Joni. So, our goal was 7 days straight. However, yesterday I decided not to do it because it was 4th of July. So I figured you all would be out and about doing your thing. So, we still will consider this day 4 because we've done 3 days of live streams, and so today will be 4. I, in all authenticity, have been struggling today. Yes, I am not perfect. Right, honey?
Well, yeah.
I have days where I struggle, but in really applying our quadrant theory to it, I'm just sort of letting it be and allowing it to happen instead of trying to fight it. I will tell you, we are at a RV park in Reading, Pennsylvania, or around Reading, Pennsylvania. And so I had to go do some laundry at the laundry facility that they have at the RV park. And there was this old guy in there doing his laundry. And I just thought, I say all these fancy things, but I have to actually live them. And I remember one of the quotes that Ram Dass says is, we're all just God and drag. And I thought about that with him, that he's God and drag. So anyway, we were striking up just a, small talk conversation. And I went to go close the dryer or the washer with put my clothes in it, went to shut the door to start it, and it wouldn't shut. And he's like, hold on. And he messed with the little, what's that little thing, honey, that goes into the thing? The little thing that goes into the door. Yeah, the latch thing. Anyway, he messed with that, and he said sometimes if you're trying to force something, it's not supposed to be there, so you have to finesse it instead of trying to force it. And I said, well, isn't that advice for life? When you're trying to force it, it means there's something wrong. You shouldn't try to force it. It was really some wise wisdom from this man. So today I applied that wisdom and went, I'm not going to try to force feeling good or coming out of quadrant 2, because I'm for sure in quadrant 2. I'm not going to try to force it. I'm just going to let it be and trust the cycle. So that's where I'm at today. However, I'm still showing up because I said I would. So that's my little tale for today, honey.
That's quite the tale. It is really quite the tale. Listen, it's what happens. Everybody, it doesn't matter. I don't care who you are. I mean, you're Tony Robbins. It doesn't matter. You're still going to go through things. You're still going to have things that can upset you, trigger you, whatever. And it is, again, just like you said, it's just knowing that happens. There's the tide comes in high and the tide goes out low, right? Yeah. So when you know that the tide goes out low and it can be very shallow and, uncomfortable at times, just know that the tide's going to come back in. And maybe sometimes it's just taking the breath and the rest and the pause to know that this is just stuff coming up and out, or not. It's just there, and to just be okay with it or not be okay with it, but just to know where you're at. I think that is so huge in awareness.
Yeah, that's why we're, creating the quadrant theory and actually applying it in our lives, is to really understand, okay, I'm in quadrant 2 today. Like, I have the awareness to say that, and I have 2 options. I can either choose to trust the cycle and let myself naturally flow out of quadrant 2, or I can move if I feel like that's the best option. And for me today, it's to just trust the cycle and just to allow myself the time and space to be in it. That's not what we're talking about today. However, I just wanted to give you a background as to how the day has progressed for us. So I have a question still, honey. I have questions every day from people that have asked us, or questions I've seen other people post in Facebook groups and things we're part of. And they all are applicable to you if you are on the path. And what is the path? The path is trying to become a better version of yourself, basically. Inner work, inner healing, inner growth, spiritual awakening, all of those things are on the path. It just means literally you're evolving, or you wish to evolve into the best version of yourself, which is always changing. So if you are on that path, all of these questions that we go over these 30 days, hopefully 30 days of lives, will be applicable to you. I ask the question, and then I and Scott give you what we feel is the best tool to work through that. So are you ready for the question today?
Ready.
The question today is, I am currently undergoing a spiritual awakening. I am waking up, and now the job that I've been at for a long time doesn't resonate, and I really struggle at this job. What do I do?
Well, I mean, it doesn't, when you go through the process of, quote unquote, the awakening, it's only because you're changing. It's no different than when you were 2 years old and you're been crawling around on the floor, and suddenly, you see everybody standing up and walking around you, and now it's your turn to walk. Now it's your turn to figure it out. And there's something naturally inside you that knows, and you just trust it, and you try to stand up, and first you stand up and you hold like coffee tables, and then you take a couple of steps and you're all wobbly and you're going to fall. You inevitably are going to fall down, but you're resilient enough. But there's something inside that knows that is the process of your elevation, but not elevation. Awakening or evolution. It is the process of your evolution from going to all fours to two, and walking. So there is this inner knowing, and I think that's the thing where people maybe get disconnected, is because they think this awakening is something that's happening to them that isn't good, or it's wrong, or it's, why do I have to be different? Because now all of a sudden all of my friends or all of my family, I don't resonate with them anymore. I just don't feel like I belong anymore. And instead of looking at it as a problem, look at it as you're learning to walk, and pretty soon not only will you be walking without holding on to anything, but you'll be able to run. You'll be able to do things that you would never be able to do by crawling around on the floor. So this process is not at all different from that, at all. And there is an inner knowing that knows that this is your next step, and you're going to change. And when you change, all the things around you have to change as well, because who's viewing them, right? You're the one who's perceiving all of these things that are around you. Your relationship, your job, your house, where you live, your environment. All of those things have been basically built by you because you see them the way that you see them, by being who you have been. So, for instance, we would go to these Dr. Joe Dispenza workshops, been to a bunch of them, and we would see people come there that were looking for something. Maybe they were just looking for connection, connect to themselves. Maybe they were just looking for a break from life. Maybe they were looking for, to change or heal in some major way. And what they found this community and this togetherness, and they came back so elevated, such at a higher frequency, but they come back from that 7 days back to their environment that they have created or they have lived in forever. And that usually is much lower density. So suddenly you come back super high and you think, wow, this is amazing. And then day after day, it starts to fade away because that old energy starts to take over. So that's when the questions need to be asked. What do I do with this job that I don't resonate with? What do I do with that? What do I do with this relationship that maybe I don't resonate? What do I do with me who I don't resonate with anymore? I don't resonate with this person that has the cars and all these things. Suddenly I'm not that person anymore. Well, you just have to follow like the baby does. You just have to follow the steps and not try to overthink it so much in the beginning. Just start to go and accept the change. And we tend to believe as human beings that we have to do. I need to do something about this job that I don't resonate with. Well, you don't necessarily have to do that, because the more you connect, you're connecting with something that you could say it's God, universe, whatever, but it's actually your soul. You're connecting with your higher being. That's yourself. That's your soul. Not this identity, Scott, who walks around and, was a business owner, a carpenter, all these things. You're not that. You're the soul, and the soul is talking to you. The soul is the one who's there waking you up, helping you to remember who you are, because again, this is not your first lifetime, won't be your last. And when you understand that, then suddenly it doesn't sting so much when changes have to happen. So my advice to you in this very, very long-winded answer is to just stay the course and just try to settle in and accept this new energy more and more and more, and try to stay higher vibe. How do you stay higher vibe? Music's a big one for me. Being in, nature, that's another one that is really, really big for me. Traveling a lot, being with my person who, she, even struggling today. We learned to choose that over the struggle, and the struggle is changing, moving away from or getting out of the environment that you have created all these years. You've done it. You've created this. So like, years ago when I was paralyzed, living in a hospital bed, I knew that I created that. I asked for it. I didn't want it, but I was working out of control, and all I kept saying to myself, I just want to go home and I just want to go to bed. Well, I got it. I got the bonus plan, but I knew that I created that by my thought. So if I could create that, then I can create healing again. So know that if your life is changing and, the life that you're living now sucks, well, it's low tide. You're the baby learning to walk again. But you will walk. You will walk. The tide will come in. You just have to embrace it, embrace the suck. And I promise you, one day you'll turn around and you'll look around you and you'll be like, oh my God, look at all that has changed for me. The job that I didn't want anymore, suddenly I got hired into a new position that I love. The relationship that I struggled with so much suddenly has changed so much that, wow, I never even realized, how great it could be. So just know that things change, and it doesn't need to be you that change it. That's a big, big realization for me. So there you go. That's it. I'm going to shut up now. That was
Very
long.
good answer.
It was long.
Very, very good answer.
And boring.
No, it was not boring. It was really good. Thank you for that answer. I don't really have much to add to that, because he brilliantly answered that. I will just add this, and it's something that we have both learned repeatedly in our journey, as well as seen happen repeatedly in people's lives that we have worked with that are on the path, that have awoken, and that, as he said, need to do. Do I need to leave my job tomorrow and find a new job? Do I need to stay? Do I need to leave my husband or my partner tomorrow? Do I need to stay? That is really actually none of your business. What you need to do, as he said, is keep on the path and keep doing the inner work. And there are only two outcomes possible, and this is what we have seen. Only ever two outcomes possible. Number one, the job changes. Literally, the same job, but something about it changes and you actually begin to love it in a totally different way, because the energy around it completely shifts. And
because you shift.
Right, because you're shifting, the job shifts. It's the same job. You lay this over top your partner as well. It's your same partner, but that partner is all of a sudden different. It's raised to your level of frequency. Or that's the first option.
We should talk about that tomorrow more.
The second option is it falls away and you get another job, or you find something else, create something else. But how that happens is not your concern, as he said. That's not your job. That is the job of the all-knowing that knows and creates so much more than you. So all you have to do is keep connecting with that. And the side effect is one of those two options. That's it.
So can I add something really quick? So tomorrow, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about real life examples of people that come to our retreat that we worked with in our
quadrant theory.
I was going to say quantum theory. Our quadrant theory to really help people understand how you create these things.
Cool.
Because it is your perception.
Awesome.
And we're going to explain it. Okay, so how does my relationship change? Because my partner, he's an ass. And, he's all these things. We're going to give you real life information of how to change that, and how we actually worked with people through this situation to help you see those things differently.
Cool.
So we'll do that. That'll be
So we'll discuss that, our convo tomorrow, since we're doing this for 7 days straight. So what I highly recommend that you do, if you haven't, if you want to hear the conversation tomorrow, if you think it would be applicable to you, make sure that you click subscribe to this channel. But the second part is essential. You have to click on the little red bell next to subscribe in order for you to be notified that we're going live, because we never know what time we're going live. We keep you guys in the unknown because we're in the unknown. We have no idea when we're going to go live each day. So if you click the bell, you will get a notification on your device. The Art of Looking In is live now. So then you can hop over to the live stream and catch us on the live stream. I see a whole bunch of comments. I don't know what some of these people are saying. Where are we headed? We're just headed down to Feast Reveal. My human spirit I connect with. Awesome. Cool. Music is huge. So yes, make sure you click subscribe. Make sure you click the bell so you can be notified when we go live tomorrow. And we will be talking about how to navigate the relationships when you're having an awakening. We love you all. As always, I will leave in the description a link to our website so that you can find out more about our ketamine-assisted breathwork retreats, as well as our quadrant theory and how we work with people who are in an awakening process to go through that. So we will see you all tomorrow. We love you. Have a great day. Now, how do I end this from my phone? Let's see.